Yeah, okay. Let's start.
I love me a good countdown.
Here we go. We're live.
We're live.
Sorry, I didn't count down.
That's okay. You
I wasn't
know,
ready.
viewers,
I didn't have enough time to think about it.
the pen is mightier than the sword. But that's only in the context of sneak attacks. Think about it. This is the Shortbus.
Now, are you talking about stabbing somebody with a pen?
That's what I
Because
mean,
that's what
yeah.
I did to my ex-wife.
Stab him with the pen.
I chased her down on the freeway and I stabbed her with the pen, and then we blamed a trucker who crashed into us.
Stabbed her with a truck.
He stabbed her with the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an
Stabbed her with
interesting
my
story.
truck.
We're going to talk about President Boudet a little bit. That's not as funny when you say it verbally. When you spell it, it's Bidet. But anyway, yeah. So that's a funny story. Did you know that Jill was actually his babysitter before, like his kid's babysitter with that he had with his previous wife, and then his wife and one of his kids died in a kind of weird way, and then he married Jill.
I did know that. She's a doctor, right? Like
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro's wife.
I think Ben Shapiro's wife is actually a real doctor, for whatever it's worth.
What is Jill a doctor of?
Um, I don't know. I don't think she's an actual doctor. I mean, maybe she got a doctorate's degree in social science or something. Which, that's not a degree, okay? If you got a doctorate's degree and it's in liberal arts, you're not a doctor, okay? I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. All right.
Doctor of education.
She got a doctorate's degree in education.
Yeah, that's not a real.
I bet it's similar to how Joe Biden got like was the top of his
You
class
think
in law
in
school or whatever
in
he
teaching
claims about
school
himself.
they have a class on freaking out at the class because they're not listening and they're out of control, and your home life is going out of control and you don't.
Like
And
they
you
have a
lose your
class.
cool in front of all the kids, and you have to storm out. And did that ever happen to you? Like the teacher just loses her cool and like
um,
screams at the class?
yeah, a few times in elementary and middle school, especially.
Yeah.
They had a few. It's because a lot of them are ladies, middle-aged ladies, and some of them like are really emotional. And I think being a teacher, um, a lot of times women who are like elementary school teachers start talking to everyone like they're a kid in their class. Kind of like how cops think that everyone is below them, even when they're not on duty.
Even when they're probably smarter than them and got better grades in school and got more educated.
Like when they're back at home with their wife and their wife starts arguing with them, and so they find ways to assert authority over. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny.
Well, the fist is mightier than the
Mightier than
spouse
the
abuse
pen.
hotline.
uh, anyway, so kind of
Okay.
in a
Fuck
similar
cops.
in a similar sense. No, I'm saying that's horrible because that's true and it happens a lot. It's kind of like the mental state that they're in causes them to behave that way. Anyway, so similar to that, you know, they're spending like women who are elementary school teachers, probably women in particular. I don't know, maybe men do it as well, but like they spend 7 or 8 hours a day with like all these kids, and they talk to them like babies, and then they go home and they talk to everybody else like that as well.
Yeah.
Where were we going with that?
They're like my babies. Haha. Parental instincts kick in.
I feel like
Except not the other way around.
I feel like I had a point that I was bringing that to, but now I can't remember it anymore. Anyway, speaking of talking down to people, we're about to talk down about a lot of really great, talented people because we're incels, we're chuds, uh, and
Chud, chud.
it's the Laney Hour. Ah, the Laney Hour. Everybody's waiting for the Laney Hour. Step right up, sir.
It's
What's your favorite Laney?
my favorite lane is the Laney ball.
Oh,
We
that's
can't
a
show
great
that
choice.
up.
Woo! Actually, we have a Laney ball right here. How would you like to take home your free Laney ball today?
Wow, that'd be great. I'd have to hide it from my mom.
So Jeff made this in GIMP in about 5 or 10 minutes. My favorite part has to be that pharaoh on her arm.
Yeah,
I assume that's Cleopatra or something.
that's
Isn't
yeah.
that like
She's white. Just look at her face.
Laney?
Yeah,
She
she's
has
not. She's not Egyptian.
she has a few $100s worth of spray on tins, but yeah, she's not Egyptian.
That's stolen cultural valor.
That's stolen valor.
Stolen valor from the Egyptians. And she's wearing a denim bra
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
So
that's good.
I can't say I've ever seen any of those before, but I think Lainey couldn't think of any way to become even more white trash. And she was thinking, what could I possibly do to be even more white trash? I have all of these trashy graffiti looking tattoos in
Yeah,
every
by the
nook
way,
and cranny of my body.
so tattoo studios often use like pre-made templates. So that little sun, to me, that looks like a pre-made template for a tattoo.
Yeah.
Like little stencils. Because I swear I've seen that one before on someone else.
It seems like a weird thing to ask for. Like maybe, I think some of them maybe have examples, like they have a book of them that you can look at. But
Yeah.
it seems just as likely to me that she went to some trashy tattoo place for white women trying to act more blacker, and picked a couple out off of the shelf, and then they had a dude iron them onto her.
Iron them on
An
like
iron-on tattoo.
like a patch, like a Boy Scout patch. No, you sew on Boy Scout patches that way.
Yeah, so this is the equivalent. All right, well, let's critique. Let's have some constructive criticism.
Okay, so here's one of her most recent works.
All right, here's another Laney one. I can tell by the well-composed faces that aren't copy-pasted between panels and often comics as well.
All right, so
Oh.
Alright, so let's say something about this.
Okay. Well, let's read it together. Only virginal and untouched women have any worth. Oh man. Oh, we're already on a bad note. But I deserve sex when I hit on someone because men have needs. Dude, I'm not sure I've ever approached a girl with that line. Is that what girls like? Can you hit on girls by doing that?
I think this is meant to be more hyperbolic, I guess.
This guy seems kind of like a character who would never exist in real life.
That's okay.
I'm in. She says, you're a worthless whore. He says, no. She says, you're a frigid, ugly prude.
I don't. Well.
That sounds kind of like a conversation that Lainey had with herself in her head while she saw a guy who looked similar to this character on the street. But anyway.
Okay, so let's look at the art here. The art's the main.
We're here to talk about art, though.
So it's pretty clear the guy's been copy pasted 4 times.
Yeah. So you can definitely tell that neither of these characters change between panels, other than it looks like she redrew the lips slightly in the bottom left one on the girl.
Right.
And other than that, we were talking
Well,
about.
say that the something's off about the guy's eyes. Like
Well, something we were
they look skewed to the right, and then like the rest of his nose and mouth are skewed to the
talking about
his left.
with
That's what
your
I'm talking about.
with your brother. It doesn't look like he showed up, but he didn't want to join us. He said he doesn't like the sound of his voice.
He
But
sounds like me, but different.
yeah, he sounds basically the same as you with a slightly higher pitch. That's like the only difference. Um, but anyway, he was talking about how all of the features look like they are copy pasted, and kind of they're because of that they're composed in a flat way. Like she just drags and drops all of the pieces, so like the clothes and the body parts and stuff. Um, which I look at like her torso, and that's kind of the impression I get. Which this character does have kind of a boxy torso, but you look at like her collarbone, whatever that spot is called, the crux right in the middle between the collarbones.
That's not lined up correctly. It's too high up and it's too far
it looks
forward.
like it's too far forward. It looks like it's protruding out of her.
Yeah.
And the guy's eyes that you pointed out look like they were supposed to be facing forward, and she just changed their location to make them look like they're facing to the right. This is a common theme, and I always talk about how 99% of the time she draws them with the face forward because she can't draw anything else. So the ones that are at slightly a, what do they call that, 3/4 angle?
Yeah, 3/4.
Yeah. They still
Like
look
7/5.
they still look like they're facing forward, with just everything tilted to the side. Which this guy, like his chin is drawn at 3/4, but his lips appear to be forward, uh, and his philtrum look right above his lips looks forward, and his eyes and eyebrows. Well, the left eyebrow isn't terrible, but
He looks like a Picasso cubism a little bit. You know?
that's what she does. Lainey's, it's just that she does cubism. See, like you're not supposed to think about it from traditional perspective. It's her style. Her style. This is her style. Her style is that she drags and drops stuff, and that's why the characters are always facing forward. And like you have comics like this where the characters are supposed to be facing each other with the camera view perpendicular to them, and yet their faces are both looking at you with only their eyes facing each other.
Like they're South Park dolls.
Yeah. Yeah.
They look directly.
I don't know. Maybe she
down at the
has
people.
all her conversations with guys like looking at a 90-degree angle away from them to let them
That's
know
what-
that she's high class. You have to earn her if you want to queen.
Right.
That's probably see one or two more of those. I assume I haven't seen all the ones we're doing yet. Worried about how I look in a bikini. Then I remember we're floating on a rock in space. Is this her latest?
So
cope?
here's the classic nihilism. Let you get away with anything argument. Why does anything matter if we're on a rock floating in space? Oh, I'm dying of cancer. Why does it matter if we're on a rock floating through space?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, there was a genocide in
I don't know. I'm
Africa
a
today.
nihilist, so I
Who
don't have any
cares
good
when
answer to that.
we're on a rock floating through space?
Well, this seems like a bit of a ridiculous extension of that argument. She's like extending nihilism to be a cope for her body. Her jumping the shark body. And she's like,
So
well, really, it doesn't matter because we're all going to die and the universe is going to explode and nothing matters.
There's also
But
a Bible verse on her, tattooed on her side. It says
Psalms
Psalms 14,
44 or 14?
1441. I don't know.
Don't know that off the top of my head.
14.4. That one.
Is she tattooing Bible verses onto herself now?
No, I think it's just this character.
It seemed like the kind of
Apparently,
thing she'd
this
do.
says, okay, Psalms 144, verse 1 is Blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle.
Mm. Yeah,
Interesting.
she's a warrior. She's like an Amazon warrior woman.
That makes sense. It's about war, come on. And why does war matter if we're just on a rock floating through space?
I don't know.
Why do I have to pay my rent if we're just on a rock floating through space?
Anyway,
Why?
so this woman, you could just say that she draws ugly people. Like that's her, because you shouldn't just draw beautiful people. You got to draw ugly people too.
I mean, she's pretty much a standard American, though. Little lighter in the face, but there's plenty of slash fit bros that would hit this.
Oh yeah, they'd be like, "Oh wow, there's so much fat. That looks so hot." Now the fat folds and shading are actually not bad. I'll give her that. But we were talking about how a lot of these look like they're traced. I would not be terribly surprised if that was the case. It's frankly,
there's a lot of folds on her leg right here. That looks a little unnatural to me, but I can't say for sure. Who cares?
well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is she traces a lot of these? See that face.
20s.
That face is horrible. I don't know why she
Hangovers
seems to
in
draw
my
herself
group.
uglier than the average character.
Well,
It's once again because
so
she probably copies and pastes this face between various comics.
yes,
She
but
has
I
all these
believe she
pieces.
misplaced the eyes on this one because the eyes should be they're like a centimeter too high on her face, and they're a little bit disproportionately large.
Oh yeah,
Like if we look at the other ones, they had relatively normally sized eyes, but
yeah. You wouldn't
she
really
looks a little
see
bit
it
like an
right at
alien,
first
especially with
because of how weird it. Like the bags under the eyes. The one on the right is more than she usually does, but she usually has these bags under her eyes. I don't know if she's trying to be like honest in her art or whatever, but she what
well,
puts
her
me
eye.
off the most is in art with people especially. Faces are hard to get right because you do any feature wrong and it looks like an alien.
Yeah,
Which
but this
the
is
case
digital
here.
art where you can copy paste, or you can move things into the right place if you wanted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that makes it easy, but
Yeah.
it definitely is easier than like doing a stencil painting. But yeah, that especially with how she draws, which it looks like she drags and drops stuff onto.
Also, it's a little like it kind of messes with your brain a little bit too, because like there's so much detail put into some things and then just no
Yeah,
detail on other things.
yeah, that was what I was going to say. Like you have to figure out how to emphasize and de-emphasize certain things, which they have this down to an art in anime. I'm
Right.
going to invoke anime, the forbidden anime in this, because
Her style's kind of anime.
yeah, maybe KyoAni will hire her.
Yeah.
They in anime they especially emphasize the eyes, and de-emphasize the nose and mouth, and the reason is because the nose and mouth are the parts that are if you mess them up slightly, then it'll mess up everything. Like, and they'll look really ugly if they're even slightly off. So if you have just a line for the nose and a line for the mouth, then it's really easy to make the character appear attractive. Um, and in Lainey's art, in the face especially, she does it everywhere, but you notice it the most in the face. There's no sense of emphasize and de-emphasize. She has thick lines representing every noticeable feature. Like the lips are super defined, the nose is super defined. Like the nose looks like it's like shaded entirely differently than everything else. So
There's no bridge to it at all. It's just like
yeah, and then there's no bridge.
this implies this part is completely flat.
Yeah, and look how sharp the shading is on the cheekbones and on the smile lines, and then there's no shading.
Well, that's also
for,
what you do for makeup. Is you emphasize the cheekbones. So you
is
make
that why?
those
Maybe
defined more. So that's
maybe she
probably
learned
what's
art by
going on.
copying how you do makeup.
I think so.
Yeah, super sharp shading on the cheeks and none for the brow ridge
Yeah, like
or the eye sockets.
this face is more done correctly than this one, which is
The one
weird
on the
because it's in
right.
the same. It's in the same piece. Yeah, the rightmost
Yeah,
face
just
is
I
done
think just because
consistently, while the right.
just because of the huge eye bags, and the eyes are lower, more accurate.
She still gives like an odd. Like she wouldn't look. She doesn't look human to me.
Yeah.
She looks like a Jim Henson puppet a little bit there,
Yeah,
especially
you
with
get
the
into Uncanny
sort of
Valley anytime you mess
exaggerated
up the face
eyelids.
enough. She looks kind of like I don't know. She looks like a frog. Like you'd expect her to open her mouth and grab flies with her tongue at any moment.
Also, just composition. Your eyes are immediately drawn to her necklace on the left picture,
Yeah,
just because there's so much color and contrast there that it's the main focus of
yeah.
this piece. But you
I
would
assume
say
she
that
had a necklace like that.
intended to be, yeah.
She got a necklace like that at Mardi Gras or something. She wanted to show it to everybody.
Mm. Yeah,
All
she
right.
has no tattoos here. Yeah, we should move on.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a
So
whole out for
this
this thing.
is an artist known as Assigned
Something's
Male
off.
Comics.
Something's off about this woman. I can't quite place my finger about it. Oh, here's Andrew. What do you guys think about Kefa Wanes? Oh, Kiwi Farms. It seems like a lot of people think this is how he's avoiding getting shadow banned.
So this person
Doxing
is called Sophie LaBelle.
should be someone's in the comments. Uh,
Keffels.
we'll get to Kiwi Farms a little bit later. We're cyberbullying all of these internet artists. We're giving them constructive criticism, but some people interpret that as cyberbullying. Anyway, Keffels.
Keffels. Yeah, well, I actually used Kiwi Farms for a lot of this research on this person. So this is Sophie LaBelle, also known
Oh yeah,
as
that's right.
Assigned Male.
And then freaking Cloudflare shut down later today. We got all screwed up because my landlord was over here today and turned off the internet for like 5 hours for some crap that he was doing. So
Wow.
later than usual.
So
Anyway,
Sophie here
he
primarily
looks about
makes
how I expected him to look.
victim complex comics. That's about what I would call them. So it's about how hard it is to be a transgender.
Trans woman.
Yep. So
Should we read these or are we just gonna look at the art?
we can. I mean, for this one, I think it's more we can look at the content of what the message is.
The message, okay.
The big message, which is the same message for all of them.
You want to be? Who do you want to be? I'll play the. I want to be Sophie.
Okay. I'll be the
the cis
Male
cis
or
boy.
female
Oh, and he has a
person with a creeper hat.
Minecraft he has a Minecraft beanie as well. That's how you know he's trouble.
Okay,
Here,
let
here
me do a
comes
voice
trouble.
But I was wondering, are you gonna have like surgery?
Cis people.
What do you mean, cis people? Is being cis bad? I'm not even sure what being cis means, but you shouldn't paint
Typical
all
cis man.
with the same brush. You paint, fuck. You shouldn't paint us all with the same brush. Wouldn't that be like reverse transphobia?
I don't think that's
think-
how you get people's support. Look at that
No,
reasonable
that's the
expression
original
on her
guy.
face. Wait, what? Oh, that's him. Oh, that's you.
That
I
was
was like,
my
wow,
look.
that sounded really like even tempered for her character. Okay, sorry.
Okay, we're on panel 4.
Okay, whatever. Oh, okay, I'll go. You see, I don't exactly want people's support. All I want is people to have basic human decency. And comparing your cis guilt to systemic violence against trans people lacks a lot of it. I think that's
Got it.
He's like,
You know,
oh,
that's-
yeah, you're right.
Okay, so the bad writing aside, let's
What
look
is
at
that?
the art.
Okay, yeah. Aside from his usual passive. Sorry, I used the wrong pronouns. Aside from his usual passive aggressive, not funny at all, typical writing. Got it is his conclusion. Like, oh, now I understand. Thank you for indoctrinating me. What is that on his cheek in the bottom right panel? Is that supposed to be his mouth?
Right. Yes, I believe so. He's like, oh, I'm so ashamed of
That looks like.
my actions.
I mean, I don't know what to compare it to. It looks like one of those lines that you drew on the first try and you fucked up, and you should have had your hand on the undo hotkey on your tablet, and you should have undone it and tried again. But the thing we were going to get to with this and the Laney stuff is a lot of these internet artists just are very subpar artists, and they call it their style. So this person, assigned male, Sophie or whatever his real name is, has this kind of thing. He draws like one line for each of the facial features, which I guess it's okay when they do it in anime, but if you make it look good, then it's okay.
The thing about this is I don't think the shape of the head is consistent here. So he's kind of going for the face bean shape here in the top left panel with Minecraft Boy, and then like panel 3, it's kind of the same, but then panel 2, he sort of loses his jaw, and then the face shifts down, and then I don't know.
Even more so on his self-insert, Sophie's character, in the top left one.
How come Sophie's jaw isn't there in this comic, huh? You drew the jaw wrong.
Where's his Adam's apple?
Yeah, where's the Adam's apple?
Do another single stroke line for that. Another curved line. Look at the jaw, the left side, our left of the jaw, of his. I could just say her to simplify it, but I'm going to be stubborn about it. Sophie's jaw in the top left panel, and the ear. It looks like the whole face is stretched out to the right, like some kind of like demented character from The Thing.
So you'll notice that the characters here sort of have a youngish look to them. Their proportions, you could say, are almost prepubescent. Would you say that's an accurate assessment of the art?
Maybe it's pedophilia. I mean, yeah, it strikes me as like kind of looks like a children's book, except that nobody should be showing this shit to their children.
Well, that's interesting. So here's another
Can you zoom that
little
in a little bit?
PSA by Sophie here. Sign
Highly
mails
possible
Facebook.
that I will be making a trans sex ed material with my friends from trans student educational resources in the next couple weeks. That's
Interesting.
that's unfortunately not terribly surprising, but still extremely disturbing.
So here's a male ovum and a feminine sperm.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that.
And the ovum is like checking out the sperm cell here. Hey baby, why don't you come over here?
Oh, yeah, okay. So
If you can
you're
get
trans,
the message
but
there.
you're
Yeah.
trans,
So,
but you're having, I guess, normal sex still. So you need to, right, yeah. In like sixth grade, when they do sex ed stuff, they need to tell their trans students, their trans children, their trans child students that they need to practice safe trans sex so they don't get pregnant.
so assigned male isn't the only name that Sophie uses. Another one is called Candy Core Comics here.
This looks disturbing on its surface.
And so you see two furry creatures here.
Yeah.
So one's older
One of them
there,
eating
and
cheeks.
he's a blue cat, it appears, and he's in a button-up collared shirt, and maybe he's on that couch. I can't really tell, or maybe he's just squatting and looking at that
Somebody's just
other
leaning down. That's pretty good.
demon
That's
next
pretty
to
good
him. Yeah,
squat form. His
yeah,
his feet to shins are 90 degrees. He's not bending him forward.
that's
Very
because of his
very
big
hard
head.
very
He's got
hard
a
to
very
pull off.
heavy head
Oh,
that
okay.
balances out his butt and tail.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's talking to this demon, this little yellow demon here, and the demon appears to be wearing a diaper. Do you think that looks like a diaper?
It looks kind of like frilly underpants, but it has the shape of a diaper, I guess.
Interesting.
Definitely
So
weird.
this next picture is actually pretty hard to get a hold of, but here's something
Oh
that
my gosh.
Sophie also drew, and they used the picture on the left as a reference.
Takes photos of
So
other people's children from the internet. See, this is why you don't use stuff like Facebook and put like pictures of your kids and stuff on it.
hmm.
Oh, this is
So
somebody else talking about her. Okay, we're him.
yeah.
Sorry.
So it's pretty hard to get a hold of the original pictures, but this sums it up pretty nicely.
This
I don't think Sophie ever really got any repercussions from this.
it's so weird. They really
Facebook
do.
failed to take any sort of
Oh,
significant action.
you
You
might
can
want
still
to
go
zoom this
to
in a little bit for the people watching on YouTube. It'll be smaller.
right.
Okay. There
Sorry.
we go. Yeah. Yeah, they rarely do, and this always seems to be how it goes as well. Like every time you find out like another trans woman in some band that Slash Mute likes or some people pretend to like called 100 Gex got busted for doing stuff with minors. They seem to very frequently. It's almost like degeneracy and degeneracy seem to find each other very often.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because you're being preached at by this person who apparently is your moral better, but then, they're also making
Hey,
questionable content for
you gotta
adults of not real children,
you
but
gotta
drawn
separate.
anthropomorphic children
You gotta
using
separate.
references of real children.
Hey,
So,
you've got to separate the message from the. You got to separate
right.
the moral message from the morality of the person giving the message.
Of course.
It doesn't.
Well,
There's
Kiwi Farms is what dug this up, a lot of this. So
Yeah,
and
that could be
Kiwi
why.
Farms got taken down. Maybe that. Yeah, that's maybe why it was taken down.
Yeah, that could be why this stuff is going on with it right now.
Here's the Facebook Cope post from Sophie here.
Zoom in just a little.
Yeah.
People are
Assigned no
getting
comment.
heated up about the silly diaper for a yard I made in a private account. It was private, so it was okay. Haha. I would share here, but I think that might be a bit too niche for some of you. Anyway, I'm gonna go delete some more death threats. Lol.
Oh, the death threats. That's a cop out you can always rely on. Old Faithful. I got a
I
death
got
threat.
death threats. Suddenly, what I did is okay now. I think
Right.
the main person in danger, the main threat to this man is himself statistically. So shouldn't be too worried about other people.
Hey, that's a good point. Okay.
I just
Here's
silly
something
diaper
from the
fan.
mainstream. This comes from Amazon. So this is
Is this a Lord of the Rings
on
thing?
a lighter note. This comes from the new Lord of the Rings movie. That's not a TV series. So this is a dwarf here.
That's a dwarf? Okay, to be
Yeah.
fair, the dwarf women are supposed to be ugly. Aren't they supposed to have beards, though?
They
Does
are
she have-
supposed to have
Does
beards.
she have a beard? They figured she was
Uh,
ugly enough already.
No. I noticed with a lot of these characters of color in the new series that they're changing their eye color a bit, which I don't know why you would do that. She also apparently has dandruff right in the middle of her head there. I don't know, it's like gold flecks or something.
Okay.
I don't know. This one's not super egregious, but it's
They.
fun to.
Well, this appears to be some kind of royalty character as well, but a queen, if you
queen.
will.
There's
This looks
some
like they tried to make her look
Photoshop here.
shorter, but didn't do it very well.
There appears to be some Photoshop errors here on her leg too. That might be
Right.
from something else. Right on her inner thigh here, if you look at the loincloth on the right side, it appears to be photoshopped, like they did something wrong.
My impression of
Blending
it is the fold of her shins is too low. It looks like they didn't do it very well when they liquefied her leg and tried to compress it and make it look shorter. I assume this is a screen cap though, so it wouldn't have been Photoshop. It would probably be something similar for a video editor, but
And who knows, this might not be the official art, but that's the custom choice that they went for.
it is the nature of Hollywood now. Maybe her
Well,
legs
this was
really
done
do
by
look like
Amazon,
that.
so
You know, it's probably less that they messed with the legs to make them shorter a whole lot, and more just that this woman is fat and she probably has a lot of like unsightly folds and what do you call that? Cellulite, right?
cellulitis.
Yeah, and they smoothed it over to make her look more like a beautiful queen. Anyway,
Right. So
let's get through a couple more.
just
of these.
remember that this is all the fault of white people, and you don't season your food.
We don't
And
season our
that's a
food.
travesty.
What's this from? Big Bang Theory?
I have no fucking clue. I just found this.
Oh, okay. That's right. Whatever. Anytime we have a problem with these shows, it's because of our whiteness and our white fragility. We need to start talking about white fragility because it's a problem. Anyway, is that all of them? Okay. Oh yeah. Now Kiwi Farms. Okay. So someone brought up
Keffels, who's been on a crusade against Kiwi Farms. I assume they've been, mobilizing their mindless followers to email Cloudflare's IT team saying you gotta ban kiwi farms.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
naturally, being a business, they will cave.
Yeah. They'll just spread their cheeks because they don't want people making an uproar about it. And also, which we have talked about a little bit, a lot of big companies are worried about um, shareholders. They're they started.
Didn't 4chan have a problem with Cloudflare a little while back too?
Yeah, I think I remember that being the case. I don't remember super well, but my friend was telling me about. I think we were talking about it a week or two ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Um, they get a rating from some social activist organization. Uh, it's like an SE. What was it? Oh yeah, we got to talk about Boudet as well.
We call him Red Biden now.
Red Biden.
Call him Red Biden. Because you know what? Okay, we'll finish up on the diversity score, but
I can't remember what it was. It's like social governance and environmental. I can't remember what it was, but this organization is giving them like a score basically on how good of a goy they're being, and then these investment firms like BlackRock, for example, are going to judge them based on that, based on their potential investment value, and so these companies worried about their investors are going to be bending the knee to this kind of stuff, and in particular, like I know this in particular because I work for a pretty big software company, and they're trying to force us to do these unconscious bias trainings, and I'm not going to do it, and they still keep emailing me. I still get emails from HR. Now, the time is supposedly expired for me to do it, but they keep emailing me and saying that it's required and I have to do it. But we'll see how far it goes until they get my manager to come yell at me. Maybe I'll end up getting fired for it, but that's okay. I don't kneel to globalists. I only kneel before the Almighty, and so they can suck it. And if I get fired, then that's that. Okay. If they keep making characters like that LOTR one, they're missing out on the Chinese audience. Oh yeah, that is interesting. Yeah.
With Lord of the Rings, so apparently, it's like okay, it's based off of a fantastical European setting, but sure, there's probably a couple African characters. You could get away with having some African characters there, right?
Yeah, they could do like Star Wars, where they have that one planet where they're black or whatever. That's fine. I'm just every single movie and show nowadays they have to make the race selection match like the modern USA.
Yeah.
Which that's kind of I don't know, that's kind of like
we're just Americanifying.
Yeah, they're what do they call it?
Colonizing. Anyway, what you're referring to before is called an ESG score.
ESG, that's right. Yeah.
Environmental, social, corporate governance score. So.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
So that's what they're all. If your company's making you do that, it's probably because of that.
That's the message. You have to align with the message, don't you? If you want funding, you better align with the message.
We need to watch out for misinformation.
Misinfo.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't remember being any white characters in the old Mulan movie. Should probably change that.
They should add black characters. Did they made a new live action movie, right? Did they add any
Yes.
black characters?
I can look it up.
Yeah,
When
just
did
look.
that movie come out?
It was only a couple years ago. I guarantee you they had some dude who's like, he was from like, I don't know, Southeast Asia, and he's like half black, but the actor is actually just black, and they made him look vaguely Asian.
I did not see Gary
Which,
Young. No, he's Chinese.
so my thing on this is,
Utkarsh Ambudkar as Sketch.
if it works in the setting, fine. But if you're making a movie, like for example, when they did that Avatar: The Last Airbender movie, of which we do not speak, but I'm going to bring it up. They added like, I think they made Iroh black, which they're in this fantasy setting. They're specifically divided by these kind of um, these countries that are sort of metaphorically linked to real life countries. Like the Earth Kingdom was like China, and the Fire Kingdom was like Japan and stuff. And they were all Asian countries, so if they had like all Asian actors, then that's fine.
Yeah. In fact, if I remember correctly, the water people were like white.
They had a little darker skin in the cartoon. I think they were supposed to be like Eskimos or
Inuit
something.
or
Oh, in like yeah, like
maybe they're Tibetan.
yeah, Tibetan, something like that. And then
Well, no, I think the air nomads were supposed to be like Tibetan monks.
yeah, the air nomads were one of those. One of those.
I don't know. The air nomads looked kind of white though.
Most of them
They had
looked.
the blue eyes and lighter skin.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think most of the
Well,
water.
blue eyes were pretty common
Most
in
of the
that
Water
series.
Kingdom people had blue eyes. Yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
all have brown eyes. So it's a fantasy setting, right? So,
That's
but
true.
you have to make it make sense within the world still. It's like most of history and in most hypothetical settings, you're not going to have like
Well, yeah, they're
diverse racial diversity, because like that only comes from people in separate populations coming together after having been separate for a long time. So like it doesn't make sense contextually except in isolated situations. So
indeed.
anyway, so yeah, if it makes sense then fine, but usually it doesn't, and they still try to do it anyway just because they want to be good. They want to be good boys, and they want to diversify their cast and give a chance to actors who are persons of color, because that's more important than the actual art. More rather than having good art, we need diverse art. That's what's more important. That's
Well,
what
it gives
I
you
really
a
look for in
shield.
my shows.
Because, you know, if you make your content diverse, then when people criticize it, you can just call the critics racist. You know?
Yeah. Shield's not much good if you don't have anything to defend anyway, because your art sucks.
That's true.
Which is the case for most of these shows. Anyway, we should talk about Biden, but I'm going to pull up my game here. I used to play this. Some of my friends and I played this back in like high school, and then one of them dug it up a month or two ago and sent it to me. So I went through a couple of them earlier today. Should I start back a little bit, or should I just continue to the next one? That was all the pictures,
Continue.
right?
Yeah. That's all I had.
All right, I'll just continue the next one. Okay. Oh. You'll be watching a little bit late. Okay, you know what? Let's just gamble with my bandwidth, and I'll stream it to you.
Interdesting. What have we here?
Here we go. I'll just set it to the lowest thing.
I was on TV once.
You can see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
Did you ever play this?
It's not ringing a bell. Solid wood.
It's probably
rocks,
I could solve this easily by just making a really long car that can get over. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. I make a really long car to just get over the gap here, but it would be more fun to make that ball fall off. What happens if I just start it? Okay, it'd be more fun to make the ball fall off, so I kind of want to do that. Anyway, I watched the whole Biden speech at your request earlier today.
Yes.
It's like the most. I really dislike listening to him, not just because I disagree with everything he says, but because like it's like the biggest 1984 experience listening to him like say all of this blatantly false stuff with like the passion of somebody who's fighting for a real cause. I can move this around, I think.
All right. Well, he talked about Trump still 2 years in, or is it more than 2 years now?
It's
well, he's still talking about
since
Trump.
the election, yeah. He's still mad about Trump. Okay.
Trump did a thing. And we got all.
I'll never stop being mad about Trump.
We got the House and the Senate and the presidency, but that's not good enough. So it's Trump's fault.
It's still Trump is still ruining the country somehow, even without any power. He's still got the heckin' nuclear coderinos. I thought we got them from him.
Well, so he talked about that. He also said that MAGA Republicans are a, quote, threat to our democracy and the soul of America.
It's very dangerous to our democracy. Yeah.
Which, yeah, so what do they mean by that?
Yeah.
What would you say they mean by that when they say something's a threat to, quote, our democracy?
It means it's a threat to their power.
What?
Huh?
Well, democracy is. Well, what do you think they mean by democracy?
What do they really mean, or what are they trying to say?
Well, so they're saying this for their supporters to get them to do something. So when they say X is a threat to our democracy, and by our they mean their side, obviously, but when they say our democracy, what are they implying by democracy?
I don't know what you're going for. I hear that and I think their power.
Well, in a way, I think it's just a mindless buzzword to get people.
Oh, you didn't have an answer in mind.
But I mean, I think it's contextualized around the contesting of the 2020 presidential election.
Yeah, he talked a whole lot about that.
And January 6th.
Yeah, that and January 6th. How... I don't know if I'm going to get this to work. I've got to rethink how I'm doing it.
Well, they talked about those two things still. Not because... Well, it didn't hurt anything, really. Like, everything proceeded as you'd expect. Well, I guess they had to, quote, evacuate, yeah.
It pissed them off that the plebeians had the gall to come into their sacred tower and oppose their absolute will.
And poor Ocasio-Cortez, she wanted to be a victim so bad, even though she wasn't in the same building.
She wanted some of that good old sympathy.
Yeah. I feared for my life. I hid in the bathroom with my aide while the cops came to evacuate me. I thought they were gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, So he said a lot of things. It almost sounds like, well, a lot of people are saying it sounds like a declaration of war, including mainstream news outlets
Maybe they want
are
it
saying
to
it sounds
be.
like a declaration of war. So, a declaration of war against your own citizens, I guess. Which, I don't think that's the best idea. And there's, when people talk about this, they'll say things like, "Oh, the police would never do this. Our soldiers would never attack our own civilians." Blah blah blah. But uh, maybe you don't understand how the military and police work. It's not their job to question orders,
Yeah,
and
they're,
they
they're
won't
told
because it
they're
wouldn't.
told not to. Yeah,
these
some of them might, but a lot of them won't.
these institutions won't function if you're always questioning your whatever command you're given. Because if every time a soldier was told to shoot on X target, move to Y location, and they questioned what they're doing, they wouldn't get anything done. So, if you think that soldiers wouldn't shoot civilians, if you don't think they would round people up if they were told to, then you're wrong. They definitely will, and then they'll laugh about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think just being a soldier exempts you from like being responsible for your choices. Um,
No,
but
the
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 reality is,
post-war trials of World War II set the standard for that, didn't they?
yeah. And but the reality is that's what will happen in a lot of these cases.
Yeah. I was just taking orders.
Hey, there we go.
You did it.
That's how engineering happens. Yeah, I
That's right.
could have done that. Oh, I wish there was a faster way to delete stuff. Okay. It seems like it's too easy. There's got to be some kind of catch to it. You can give me suggestions if you want. I'm trying to make this entertaining. Normally I wouldn't want help, but I've got to make it entertaining.
I don't know what this does. I don't know what the blue things are.
Oh yeah. These things rotate clockwise. These rotate counterclockwise, and these don't rotate. They're balls. You can attach something in the middle or to any of the 90-degree angles. The blue things are immaterial. They don't collide with stuff, and the brown ones collide. Sure be nice if you had some of this stuff in real life.
Immaterial struts.
Yeah, make sure that works. Oh.
Oops.
That didn't do what I wanted it to, which is often the case. Okay.
My goal would be to make a sled that goes down and then shoots you up into the air, but that would not work unless you gave it energy.
You want to do it in the coolest way possible.
Yeah. I think the obvious answer is to make an arm from some structure that swings you up into it, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What's the deal with airline food?
Oh, I think that didn't connect.
Yeah.
Oh. Even if that succeeded, I wouldn't have felt good about it. Are those supposed? Yeah, they're supposed to rotate if they can. It probably doesn't. It's not rotating enough, though.
That's not good enough.
Anyway, sorry, this is holding my attention a whole lot.
So, what did you gather from the speech?
Uh, I mean, he's lying about everything as usual, and it pisses me off listening to him. But he keeps going off about January 6th and about not accepting elections. How 81 million people voted for him, and the Republicans, the MAGA Republicans, which he emphasized. He talked about how on one side there's the MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump, and on the other side there's the reasonable Republicans like Romney. I think he called them mainstream Republicans.
Mainstream Republicans.
And independents and Democrats, and all of them are against the MAGA Republicans.
Right.
Oh, I forgot to connect these two.
We need good, honest Republicans, like Dick Cheney and Mitt Romney.
He loves his buzzwords. I always make fun of when I do his impression how much he says like America and Americans and the common people and the voice of the people, like and Ren, just whatever bullshit buzzwords like and we're not these MAGA Republicans. We're hoping the soul of America and love and change. And we believe in the future, not the past. And we're going to create the future. And these MAGA Republicans are trying to stop us. And we're going to have love and hope and a country for our children. And not just white supremacist children, but all children.
White supremacist children.
not just white supremacist children. Oh, I was hoping that would work. Why won't it rotate?
You need to put a weight on the other end, and you need to make that box you made braced against the lower section of the map.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably why all the energy is going into the whole thing rotating. Hopefully that will do it.
Son of a bitch.
Now this is what the MAGA Republicans want. I made a machine that worked perfectly well, and they said that it didn't work. They said that many times in history it hadn't worked. They said it's never worked any time that it's been applied in history. It's worked every time. 81 million people voted, and they won't accept it. And they're trying to undermine the will of the people. We saw the will of the people. We saw the will of the people when it came to us in the middle of the night after Election Day. And all of the swing states suddenly had a U-turn in the direction that the votes was going. That's the will of the people. And they don't want to accept the will of the people. And this is America, not Trump, not billionaires like Trump.
Well, maybe it's a preamble to war.
Yeah, maybe.
I would say, will that work if they were to realistically go to war against the MAGA Republicans? I don't know.
I guess the question is how much of the military blindly follows orders and how much of them defect and follow what their actual conscience dictates. I don't know.
From the soldiers that I know, probably a lot of them won't defect.
Yeah, I might be more optimistic than I should be. Like, I like to think that a lot of them would, like, favor their family or their city or their community rather than, like, you know, the federal government. But I am sure I'll be wrong in many cases. This is how you make a slightly stronger machine.
Zorka. Well, on the other hand, though, I think, I mean, if you really had to, the MAGA side could win through attrition, just through, I think a fair number of truckers would be on the MAGA side.
Right? Yeah.
It
We'd
logistically
farmers,
fuck over.
farmers and truckers. A lot of people, who work stuff like power plants, like coal plants. A lot of the people who facilitate the basic needs that a country has are not going to side with them. Maybe they're trying to solve that with their bug farms. I'm sure
Soldiers eating bugs, fighting people.
I'm sure that I'm sure Bill Gates has lots of plans in store for how to solve that problem.
Bomb that village. Zur, yes, Zur. And then eat your bug rations.
The bug MREs. That's the future.
I can't think of anything more moralizing. I don't know. What's the opposite of demoralizing? It'll be good for morale to have bug rations.
That's the best. That's the side that I want to fight for. The side that has bug rations. Well, it would have been cool if it worked on the first try.
Try making that arm longer. All the way to the top. All the way to the top.
All the way to the top.
Send it all the way to the top.
It's I need to read.
Make the chain.
I need to redo the chain.
I saw the bug rations, and they were disgusting.
I saw the bug rations.
Unlike the taco bowls. If you join the MAGA side, your rations will be taco bowls. If you join the Make America Suck Again side, you can have your bug rations.
Sorry if we don't have enough meat because we're stopping a dictator from taking over America.
I think I need it to go.
Anyway, we were asked about Keffels and Kiwi Farms. So I don't know too much about Keffels. I briefly glanced at them for a little bit. I believe they were accused of sexually abusing one of their fans.
I'm shocked.
Which may be why Kiwi Farms is one of their big targets. I don't think Kiwi Farms will be down for long, though, because Kiwi Farms goes down almost weekly. So they're like a cockroach.
Let me rethink this.
You can try to kill them, but they'll always come back.
At very worst,
they have milk.
At very worst, it'll be like 8chan, and they'll just make another one.
Indeed. Kiwi Farms too.
I'll just make a new domain.
They just want their lulz, okay?
What's a man gotta do to have his lulz?
I just want my lulz. Is that so wrong?
You don't get to have your lulz. You get to read the assigned male comics and find them funny. It's been proven by studies that if you don't think assigned male is funny, it's because you're a bigot. Okay.
Because you have internalized.
You have internalized bias.
Your internalized bias is against transphobs. Train fob. You're a train fob. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And Keffels is also a male to female transitioner transformer.
I'm shocked.
Or, I think so. I mean, I haven't checked, but they kind of look the part. It'd be embarrassing if they didn't. They weren't trans.
I hope you're trans, because if not, you're a really ugly woman.
That's the alpha move to do on Tinder.
Ask women if they're trans.
Say, sorry, I don't date trans women.
Oh.
It wasn't connected.
And we have the best contraptions. Are you the best?
We have the best chains here. What's
We
in
make
the
the
sack,
best
Jack?
contraptions.
What would
Oh.
happen if I just, I probably wouldn't have enough momentum. In fact, maybe if I had more momentum, it would get enough swing.
Swing-a-ling-a-ling.
It'll swing if I give it enough forward momentum. That's how you get it to go faster.
It was
Oh.
so sad.
But if it touches the ground, then it will make it run away. There might be a more creative way to do it by
Send it off the other side.
have some clockwise ones and some counterclockwise ones. That'd be really hard to control though, and it'd basically just be luck.
It was so sad.
What happens if I just remove you? How about that? How about that?
Kill him. It was so good.
That didn't work. What if I make you shorter?
Make it short.
Might just be dragging too much.
I don't know. The maggots have all the guns. Not that it's too hard to teach people how to shoot a rifle. It is harder to teach people to shoot people, but you can do it. They learned how to do that during World War II because they stopped having them shoot at targets and they started having them shoot at pop-ups of people. Cardboard pop-ups.
That was so close.
So I don't think military prowess is necessarily on the MAGA side. Because you don't need everyone to be militarily powerful. And when people say, oh, you wouldn't be able to pit citizens against each other, well, one, clearly you didn't learn anything from the whole Ukraine thing, because all you have to do is, I don't even know, you just need to run a couple TV advertisements and then people will be all on board of your war. The propaganda works very well. People respond to propaganda. It's not like...
History would tell us that people are amazingly willing to kill each other if you get them convinced that they're fighting for the right cause, which they may or may not be.
Just, they probably say, oh, you'll be like an Avenger if you go shoot some MAGA hat wearing Trump tards. I don't know. Maybe it won't come to that. Maybe we'll just sit here on our short bus.
I'm curious if this will work.
This makes me curious, you see. It's like a ninja star.
Oh, I don't think that's quite strong enough. It's a little bit more. What does it need more?
Put one on the other side.
Give it a ninja star on the other side. I have limited space to work with as well now.
Oh.
If I just give it one more.
Another ninja star. And I said that's a great ninja star.
And we make the best ninja stars in America, and they're trying to take away our ninja stars.
That's what I said.
What else do we... Oh, I wanted to talk about something on my mind is fake memes that I see on the internet in general, but like ones that have gotten under 4chan's radar in particular. Then you have obvious stuff like I don't know.
Bright cranberry. That's totally not AstroTurf to sell more Sprite.
Yeah, you have stuff. Yeah, Sprite Cranberry, that meme, and the Thanos car thing. I don't think that ever made waves on 4chan really, but some of them have, and it's very annoying. So I'm trying to think how I want to go about this. Should I try? You have to launch it to some degree. You could probably make it rotate. You could probably make it rotate, but that's no fun. I should make it launch.
Make a scissor action device.
Scissor action?
Yeah, you know how a scissor lift works? So use
I
the
need to look up what that is.
scissor lift. Yeah, Google search scissor lift pictures and
The game is called Fantastic Contraption. Oh, okay.
fantastic contraption.
Fantastic Contraption. I used to play it back in like high school. It was one of those Flash games on the internet.
Is this running in Flash?
It used to. What is this? Yeah, it has Flash Player running it. It's either Flash or a bootleg of it.
Well, Flash could export executable files.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
So, if any Flash game creator had any sense, they would export their stuff to execute.
Let me try this. I'm gonna try this.
I'm gonna try.
How big are they? Oh, they're real big. Dang it. Maybe I should just use lots of wood.
Ha. That's what I do.
Ha. Sex joke. Ha.
Sex.
Let's make a joke about sex. Hey, that worked. That's all you have to do for a catapult. Get enough hanging tension force. Let's do it again. I'll do another catapult right now. A trebuchet, yeah.
Oh, the trebucket.
Oh, I have to get under all of this crap, though. You can sometimes get the wheels to do it if you get enough of them working together.
Now I kind of want to play this game.
I'll send it to you if you want.
It was so sad. The trebuchet was so sad.
The Americans don't want us to build our contraptions, our great American contraptions. We believe
No
in
Americans should have a trebuchet in their house.
the founding fathers. When they created the Second Amendment, freedom of video games, they didn't have any way of knowing that people would be able to create trebuchets with their contraptions.
Does it run on Linux?
I assume not.
That's the default, I guess. But
Let's see if this works. Oh, wait, hold on. What I should do is have as little colliding pieces as possible, if they aren't necessary. How long can I make this without it colliding with that thing? Although, actually, it doesn't need to not collide with it. It just needs to get the ball underneath it.
Well, from the radius of your axis.
Why didn't that work?
Of that wheel to the tip of the green shape above you is the max size you could make it. Make that little arm longer on your main axis. No, the other arm.
Oh, the other side?
Yeah, make that a little taller.
I don't get to work outside of the square that it gives me. That's the problem.
No, just pull it up. Pull that point up.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. That's a good point. Okay. Why does it collapse?
Because it's too based. Based on what?
Based.
It was so
Dr.
based.
Freeman.
What was it based on, Donald? Oh, there's little orange physics.
Yeah, they'll
Shapes, yeah.
come and get me if it takes too long. Okay, I think my design is flawed. Gotta recognize when it's time to scrap the project.
Start over.
Based, Dr. Freeman.
Blah, blah, blah. Joe Biden can talk and talk. But can he bite a fully grown cow? Find out tomorrow. To whom it will concern.
Which is everyone. I'm just gonna see if
This
this
is a threat to our democracy.
works. This is very dangerous to our democracy.
They're a little stretchy.
Yeah, they
No, we like them a little stretchy here in
bounce. They
America.
bounce too much.
We like our blue sticks to be a little stretchy. Have a little give to them, nice and taut.
Oh yeah, I was on fake memes. Okay.
Yes, I believe you're going to talk about women, specifically white women, and canines.
Oh yeah, that's one of them. So white girls fuck dogs. That's a fake meme. There's some hand rubbing and some sniffing involved in that meme.
How
Yeah.
do you know?
Because, well, okay, if it's encouraging degeneracy, then you can immediately have your radar up.
But isn't it not? And isn't it like trying to combat degeneracy in a way? If
Oh,
the goal,
they're telling them not to fuck dogs?
yeah,
I'm not sure that they are telling them not to fuck dogs.
I okay.
I think that to some degree they're encouraging it.
Please enlighten me with your thesis.
Well, one thing that really made me wonder was the other day I saw some podcast with a few women on it, and they were talking like one of them was like they started off with like, I think that big dogs are kind of hot, like a big German Shepherd, and one of them's like, ew, and like, well, not hot, but you know, I'd feel like uncomfortable being naked in the same room as it.
Well, I don't like being naked in front of any animals, even like cats, just because I don't know. I know there's like logically it doesn't make sense, but I don't
Well,
want them there.
And then they kept going further with it. And they're sort of reacting to it, but then like they slowly go further with it, like, uh, gosh, I wish I watched it again right before. Well, I didn't save it or anything though, and I don't know what the name of it was, but my impression 4.9 have those relations self-reportedly.
4.9 what?
He says 4.9% of women self-reportedly. Okay, well, whenever there's these studies like that, you always have to question them if you think that there's some kind of motive behind them, though. I'm not sure if this is actually going to work. I'm just... Oh, wait, hold on. That's not what I want.
4.9.
Anytime you think there's shenanigans going on, or that there might be, deferring immediately to a study doesn't immediately convince me, because the same people who are trying to convince people are going to have some kind of study to back it up. Anyway, and I would also say they may be having some success with it, which might explain that.
Oh. Alfred Kinsey estimated that 8% of men and 3.6% of women had engaged in some sort of sexual act with an animal.
Some sort of sexual act?
Yeah.
That also includes the
he
peanut butter
estimated
trick.
That.
He estimated it?
Yeah.
Is
so
that
Alfred Kinsey
verse?
isn't really known for having good scientific practices, because Alfred Kinsey came up with the statistic that 1 in 6 people is gay, which is not true if you've gone outside and talked with enough people.
Hey, it got air that time. We're making progress.
Yeah, but Alfred Kinsey aided and abetted child abusers, so not a great source.
Does this dude have an
another
early life section?
Probably. There's another one, Morton M. Hunt. Put the prevalence of men and women having intimate relationships with animals at 4.9% and 1.9%. So that would put men at a higher than women, because that'd be 1.9% of women.
Oh, it's probably including teenagers doing the peanut butter trick.
I've never done that to an animal.
No, I haven't either. I'm just saying that may be a higher number.
I do have a friend who grabbed a dog's ass as a joke.
Does that count?
Which is a little weird. It probably does, depending on the study.
Yeah, I mean, for the purposes of this study, they counted it. Yeah, I'm saying
about
though,
fucked up stuff on our stream.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about. I think that they're sort of subtly trying to tell women to do this, white women in particular, and they want to like have it be a cute meme. That, well, not cute, but like have it be spreading demoralization once again, and also oh man.
Oh, according to Morton Hunt study in 1974, 4.9% of men brought themselves to orgasm with animal contact.
Okay.
Male contact was more common among rural farm dwellers than urban men.
Okay.
Fair. You got us there. You got the country boys there, right?
And then what a lot of websites
I think Mr. Hands might be a good example of that.
Yeah, good old Mr. Hands.
Peter, the horse is here.
Taken from us too soon.
Was the guy called Mr. Hands, or was the horse called Mr. Hands?
The guy was Mr. Hands. Probably
okay,
because
and the horse was called
Mr. Hooves.
No, they called him Big Dick.
Big Dick was the horse?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's extra fucked up.
I really want this to work. I could just make a little stupid. I wish I could make it longer. How do I get more?
So you see that point that's right under the green shape above you?
This
You
one?
could give that more length by pulling it out.
Are you sure that'll work?
No, not that one.
Oh.
The one that's connected to the wheel, right below. Like the point that's literally almost touching
This?
the green part. Nope. Very top.
This.
Higher.
This.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
can't.
you
I
could
can't
finagle with that.
I can't make it any
Uh,
higher though.
You just need to change the distance from your axis point.
Okay.
Anyway. So,
Oh.
bestiality is not cool, in case anyone was
Don't do
wondering.
it, kids.
Makes me angry. Makes my blood boil.
Makes my heart pump real hard.
Makes me want to smack a bitch.
Sorry, I just had a huge steak and I'm a little bit uptight right now. Anyway, Ruby Ridge definitely did happen, by the way. Please don't take my money.
It
Please.
says
Please.
sexual encounters with animals were most likely to have occurred before puberty and to have been sporadic encounters with little consequence on sexual development.
Whatever.
Historically, taboos against human-animal contact have been quite severe. In 1953, 49 U.S. states and territories regarded bestiality as a felony or its equivalent. Many such laws remain to this day, although enforcement varies. In addition to the legal and health concerns, sexual contact with animals is usually considered a form of animal cruelty because it can seriously injure the animal, and the animal does not have the capacity to give consent. And that's in quotation marks. Why are you doing that? While curiosity about sexual contact with animals may be normal, and people may develop emotional bonds with pets or other animals, given these risks and concerns, it's probably best for zoophilia to remain within the realms of fantasy rather than practice.
Or
Okay.
preferably not, but I guess
Preferably not
preferably not that
fantasy?
either.
I don't
But
know.
we can compromise with that. I might throw in the towel on this one soon, but I really wanted it to work. There's no way. I'm not even close. I'm not even like a quarter of the way. Alright, we're gonna redo this one as well.
Rip in peace.
Another one from WSG in particular is the Burger King guy, who I've probably talked about before.
I'm getting more of a seared bite from the Impossible Whopper.
No. Dang, Burger King. You really outdid yourself. This is totally my natural, organic reaction.
Yeah.
We're just going to do another steamroller here. I'm going to try to not do the same thing every time, but it keeps working, and trying to be fancy about it keeps not working.
That's why you need to go into engineering, so you can play this game.
Some people make really cool ones. I think it takes a long time and probably more understanding of mechanical devices or mechanical techniques than I have. Because I've never really studied it. It would be cool though.
Well, now that I have an engineering degree, like it all seems obvious, and it's like, why? It's like almost not worth the degree. But I guess you need it in order to.
We should have you play this game and see how you approach the problem differently from me. Maybe you can make a cool trebuchet that will actually work.
Send me the game and I'll play it. Bitch.
Right now?
Yeah.
Come on. You can do it. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, see, that worked really easily. Okay, one sec, I'll send it to you.
The Ninja Stars.
Can you send EXEs over Discord?
Sure.
Like, does it let you? Okay, I assume so.
I know you can't over element.
Oh yeah, I'll just do it over element if it doesn't let me.
Big ball.
Okay,
He's got big balls.
there you go.
Continue to download. Okay, let's put it in my
Wait,
regular
wait,
old
switch.
folder.
What are we at? Oh, we're already at an hour and 30. Why is this? Oh, because the ball's gonna come down. Okay, let me see what they do first of all. Okay.
Thinks this is the virus. Oh well.
Can you force it to download?
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
let me
so yeah, Burger King decided they would spread that through viral marketing. And unfortunately, it largely worked due to WSG's necessity to always have some ridiculous, stupid video to shitpost with.
Okay. What have we here?
What antivirus do you use on Linux?
You don't use any antivirus. You just raw dog everything. Because you're invincible. You have Linux.
I don't think he's using Linux right now. Because
No, I'm not.
I don't. It's an executable, so it won't even work. Maybe you get it to work with Wine, but you know how that goes. Probably not.
Probably not.
Might work with Wine, but probably not. What happens if I just make a big mesh of? Oh wait, no.
What happens? What happens? Oh, that's the wrong one.
What will happen if I just make a big mesh of crap right here? He's gonna try it.
Do the struts have weight?
Does what have weight?
Do the struts have weight?
Oh,
You know?
the bar thing? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Who are we watching right now?
Huh?
I was
What
watching.
screen? Oh, did you pull it up?
Yeah.
You have to go faster. It's still on me. I want to finish. I want to do this one, and let's see. That's probably. You see how fast you can get through the first few levels of it, so that they don't have to watch all of them over again. Oh wait, no, I'm making it too heavy. Probably not. Oh, you know how you could probably do this? I could have a gonna make a digger mechanism. A digger, I said, a digger. Just so everyone knows.
What did you say to me?
What did you say?
I personally believe, therefore such as.
about that one right there. Oh, the dude says it works on wine. I guess simple programs like this sometimes do.
Good.
I'm slightly surprised, actually. Oh, that didn't work. Sometimes they don't attach.
So sad.
It's too heavy. I need something bigger than that. Let me try this one time and see if I can get it to work. No, not quite. What if I just go real fast? Real fast.
Real fast out. How long have we been on air?
About an hour and a half. No, that doesn't work because they only have a limited rotational velocity. So I have to think of another way to get it. Either block that circle or get around it. Maybe get over it. That would be one way of doing it. I suppose one thing you could do... Oh, it doesn't want to let me move you anymore. Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah, we'll give this one more try.
Stop Kiwi Farms.
Just look what they did to this innocent trans woman. This innocent trans woman.
At what they've done.
Look at what they've done.
They did a heckin' transformerino. Oh.
Okay. Now to make this work, I will need...
It looks like that file might have been a virus. Instead of cooking up trouble, try cooking up tagliatelle with spinach, mascarpone, and parmesan. JamieOliver.com.
There it goes.
It changed your message in Discord.
It changed my message?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh.
It says...
It looks like that file might have been in virus.
Current year man's recipe.
I love... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they try to be cute about it. Yeah,
As
all
is
these ridiculous...
Discord.
Yeah, I hate Discord. Stupid crap. Okay.
It's okay.
Do you have the... Are you in the game right now?
I'm not in it.
But did you get it? Did you get it to open on your computer yet?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay, tell me when you're streaming it.
When should I... Where should I start?
I thought you were doing it already.
I don't want.
Oh, yeah, I guess it lets you skip ahead. Well, the last one I did was Big Ball. I want to see you.
Okay, here
Did
we
you
go.
see what I did?
No.
Okay, then let's. I want to see how you do it.
Big ball.
Yeah, Big Ball. It's toward the bottom right.
Big ball. This one opens. The big ball. It blocks you.
I saw the ball, and it was big. It was the biggest ball I'd ever seen.
What?
I'm out of freaking dihydrogen monoxide again.
Can you
You gotta
just
stream it to me. Oh wait, you already are.
I am. You gotta go fast, like Sonic.
Here we go. This is Jeff now.
You gotta go so fast.
I'll be so mad if this works.
It probably won't.
Anyway, what other memes did we have? What other fake memes? You know what the fakest meme maybe ever was? Yeah, it gave it. You actually might go faster with normal neutral circles.
Oh,
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
I wonder if I should have tried something to that effect.
Is there a clear button?
Yeah. All of these have hotkeys, by the way. I didn't bother to use them. Wait, can you just press control click? Did I not know that this whole time?
Hotkeys?
Oh, you can just press control click
To do what?
to delete.
Oh.
Yeah, I was playing it without doing any of that this whole time. Alright, let's see if you can build a better trebuchet than I can. It's my physics, my applied physics is somewhat limited. It's something I intend to do more of in the future and haven't really done yet.
So sad.
So the other fake meme, you have to move that first. It won't let you. The other fake meme is Thanos truck. You remember that? Oh, that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
You remember that? It was right when either Endgame or Infinity War came out. There were all these memes about Thanos truck. And if you were a retard who watched like meme compilation channels on YouTube like I did, then you would have seen a lot of them. And various Thanos related things. And yeah, so they figured out at some point that viral marketing is the way to make it happen. Oh, that was what you were going for.
Make it go.
I feel like if you got it just right, maybe put the bottom right point of the triangle a little bit closer to the wheel, so it has more angular momentum, or so it has more. What's the word I'm looking for?
What?
It's not connected. It's just you can only connect at points. If you want to make a point there, you'd have to split it.
Do that. It was not so good.
Try pushing the bottom right corner of the triangle a little bit further forward. Oh, that didn't affect it very much.
Feel like it doesn't actually make a difference.
What you've got to do is launch something up on top of that platform above you and make it knock that orange circle, the one that's above you, off, and then send a wood piece down to the left side that it will hit in order to power your trebuchet. If you made a big swing, a big swing.
A big sex swing.
A sex swing.
Oh, you can use shift click.
What else? I thought of a handful of them. Thanos Trek was like the most obvious one. Oh, there's one that you see on 4chan every once in a while. Oh, you're trying to give it some assistance. I never got this to work very well, but sometimes people use multiple of them in tandem connected to each other like a belt, like you saw me trying to do a few times. I think you only shoot yourself in the foot with the rotating ones, unless you made their radius bigger somehow.
It feels like you can't do radius bigger, huh?
Yeah, kind of like the star thing that I was doing. But you very well may solve it just with that. That seemed to be my magic solution for all of them. You connected them to the top, not the bottom.
Yeah.
Always worth trying everything. Don't ever let him tell you not to, unless it's not within your budget. Is that gonna help?
I'm going to try it. That's not helping.
You'd have to raise it pretty high for it to not hit the ground.
Rip.
Yeah, some people manage to get those rotating ones to work in tandem. Like get several of them. See, when you have the clockwise rotating one, it actually only slows you down. Or if it's making you go any faster, then you weren't going fast enough anyway, because it only rotates at a certain velocity.
So what you're saying is I need to make a really big wheel.
If you're trying to just beat, I'll give you a hint if you want. I did not beat the orange block.
Trying to beat the orange block.
I don't know if those even collide with the ground. Do they? Oh wait, yeah, they do. Never mind.
Is that too much weight? That's probably too much weight.
Eventually, you'll overpower the wheel. I won't be able to rotate anymore, but I'm very interested to see what happens.
To try every... oblong wheel.
You'll want it to be real symmetrical for it to work. Big wheel. He's got
Bigger
a
wheels mean it's more better.
he's got a penny farthing going on here. Yeah, you could have seen that coming. Now it's a real penny farthing. Oh, one of them's a little bit. See, that would have to be real fast because as soon as the orange thing gets in front of it, it's not going to be able to move.
Rip. Hmm. How
Oh,
much
yeah.
can you do?
Okay, the meme I was going to talk about. There's this thing on 4chan where they post a picture of it's either Merry or Pippin, I don't know which one, from Lord of the Rings, with a pipe. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they say something to the effect of, "I can't conceive of anything more cucked than having a daughter." You're basically raising and caring for and looking after this girl just to give her to another man to fuck her. You're the ultimate cuck by having a daughter. I'm interested to see how. Oh, you're trying to make a. What do you say it's called? Scissor lift.
Scissor mechanism, I guess.
Okay.
It might not work.
I will
so
be
good.
fascinated to see how you power it. You can make a series of clockwise and counterclockwise wheels on either side of it. Anyway, that's another one of them. Basically, anytime it's like super degenerate and trying to discourage, either encourage degeneracy or discourage like traditional values, I assume that there's some kind of hand rubbing behind it. Granted, 4chan definitely has a lot of non-traditional values in its history. What's a good example? It's probably
Yeah, there's so trad on.
probably tons of stuff on like /B. Well, old /B, not current /B. Now /B is just all about like tranny porn and stuff. But what in the world are you doing?
Question it.
Don't question my genius. I cannot fathom how this is going to work. The whole thing is just going
Okay.
to collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it has to
need
have some kind of
engine-
central structure.
Right.
I don't know. What are good memes from old 4chan? They're kind of, I don't know, the dynamic of 4chan and society kind of changed over time as like degeneracy slowly became the mainstream, and then the counterculture became like being going against that, and so then they slowly started to adopt that. I'm not sure those are connecting. Some of them might be disconnected.
That's okay.
So I don't know how many people are actually are genuinely posting that one. I assume not very many. I assume that it's mostly JIDF shills posting it, but that's another one that I've noticed that particularly annoys me. I want to see what the end game of this is. What were you hoping that would do?
I don't know. If I can see, let's try it with less. Big ball.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, that's
we'll
a way to
move
do
this.
that. At some point, it might be more entertaining to just continue and do the next one after it.
To do this the wrong way, correctly. Otherwise, it no use.
I guess that would work. You still need something to power it, though. I could think of a way to power it.
I'm thinking of using gravity.
Gravity.
The weight of it.
So yeah, watch out for fake memes. They're still not connected to each other. If you wanted it to maintain its structure, you could connect the top ones to the bottom ones.
We will need... That kind of works.
What's the next step of your master plan?
Come on. Come on, you know what you have to say. He's too distracted by his work. It is very cool. But does it fly?
I just want it to work.
I just want my preconceived notions about the solution to be correct.
If I try enough, it should just work.
Yeah, but I want you to do something that'll work in the next 30 minutes. I'm sure you could bang. I know you're gonna spend 20 hours on this game in the next week or two and find a way to do this.
I just need all my things to work correctly.
If only all the pieces of my machine would work. Were you hoping that would weigh it down and that it would push it forward? There still
Yes.
isn't anything on the front to push the thing. You need like a...
We're working in steps here. We're working in steps.
All right. Just weigh it down with gravity. Try launching it on a trebuchet faster than the orange ball falls down.
You're trying to get me to solve it the right way. Really smart, but
That's not what I did. I didn't use a trebuchet.
no.
No. I used two vehicles. You might be able to do it with one. I think I tried that first though, and it was harder. You'd probably need to make it big enough to counter the weight of the ball.
Did you make a swing? Is that what it is? Swing.
Do you want me to tell you?
Nah.
I did not make a swing.
Sex swing.
If you made the swing fast enough though, maybe it would work.
I think that might collide with the ground.
Yeah, that's a little too long. It still needs a structure. I usually do those by making the base and the back solid and the front liquid.
Good.
Yeah. It's a little too long still.
Boom. Got it. Got him.
You could add more weight to the swing as well. Oh wait, hold on. You have to do it in a way that it doesn't. Oh, you could add more weight to the front of the swing. So anyway, conclusion: watch out for astroturfed memes because they're everywhere. They figured out that viral marketing is the way to spread both advertised products and also spread political ideas. Let's be honest, memes are what got Donald Trump elected in 2016. We all know it.
You know it. I know it. We all know it. I don't know if Donald Trump knows it.
We all know Russia is what got Donald Trump elected in 2016. And now the Republicans refuse to accept election results.
Yeah, there you go. If only you could rotate the block. You probably have to make the base bigger so that it actually holds it properly.
The base bigger?
The base of the swing.
Oh.
The opposite angle. Yeah, you could do that. I was thinking just make it wider.
And then... This is probably so boring.
I think it's interesting. Our
That's all that matters.
Our one guy in the comments is still here. I sort of thought some people from that one board were gonna, that one simp board I was telling you about were gonna show up today.
Yeah, why?
Because some of them were talking about it.
What do they say about it?
They're just asking about my stream.
They say we're retards.
Well, we are. That's what we are. It's in the title. Oh, a little bit shorter.
Can't see this. A little bit.
Still a little more. Oh, you should raise the tip up a little higher.
Tip?
Yeah, that was what I meant. Just the tip. You try to balance it so that it catches it right on. Put the block right in the exact right position where it falls.
I fucked up. I need wheels.
This is how engineering happens. You just add random shit to it until it works. That's how they invented the Apple computer.
That's right.
Oh man, that actually was kind of close.
Hmm. How much clearance do we have?
This is more functional than any of the trebuchets I made, though. So I have to give you that.
It's like a...
It's more like a...
it's like a muscle.
Yeah, muscle, yeah.
Kind of weird. Makes me uncomfortable. Makes my dick come everywhere.
It's artificial sinews. Metallic, lifeless machines in the form of a man. Kind of makes my dick want to come. No, it was way better before. It's because it was already in motion. If you position it just right to where it catches it just in the right spot.
I don't know if we can get much better.
The fact is though, I don't know if that thing actually generates enough force to get it there fast enough.
Can add more.
You just
Why?
keep adding wheels.
Keep adding muscles. Is that right? No.
No, you'd
We
have
still
to.
need this direction.
Eventually, you won't be able to see where anything is.
That's okay.
Oh, that was actually pretty good. You just have to position it just in the right spot.
Do I?
Yeah, make it so I keep saying if the thing catches it just in the right spot, it won't lose so much of its momentum. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Still not quite there. Try lowering it just slightly, so that the wheel is still touching almost. Oh man, that was real close. Dang. I want to see this succeed now. Oh no. Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
Maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe there are random variables affecting it. Yeah, just add more wheels.
Adding. Starting to look like Akira. Do you get better? Oh, the hook action.
Now it's faster, so you've got to. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe it.
What?
It's not quite.
That doesn't count here. Maybe we just.
Is there randomness involved? It looks like. If it was slightly faster, would it work? I don't know.
Feel cheated. Ah, the extra weight.
Yeah. If you add anything.
Need more power.
Just needs a little more power.
Ah, God.
Try removing that top from the thing. I think it's just weighing it down and it's not helping. Yeah, it's catching the wheel and then it's
Do one wheel.
oh yeah, maybe.
And it'll catch wrong though.
Nope. Now you gotta stick it just in the right spot to where it has the right angle when it hits the ground. Oh yeah, you could do that.
The good old mono wheel didn't work. I was closer before.
Yeah, if it just hit the ground perpendicular or horizontal, it might work.
Up. called golfing. It's worse. Going backwards. It's evolving backwards.
If evolution is real, how come we haven't turned back into monkeys yet?
Just become retarded.
Yeah, we just become retarded without turning back into monkeys. Now we don't have any useful physical features. Like thick fur and being able to swing from branches. You lost one of your, oh yeah. Yeah, just keep, oh, actually, I suppose it's possible. I think one of your muscles detracted rather than adding. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, play it one more time. It's bumping against one of the wheels on the left side.
Oh.
That's pretty close.
Shit. Can this be?
This is just like Russia and Ukraine.
How?
By this game committing acts of terrorism on you.
Yeah. Good point.
Violating your human rights.
I need $40 billion, please.
That's what I need.
That would fix most of my problems. Ah.
If there's a way to
Try it there. Nope. It was better before.
it's possible you'll eventually find just the right spot where it'll go fast enough that it beats the orange ball. Oh my gosh.
Gotcha, bitch.
Alright, what are we at? 2.
That was real autism that worked there.
That's real autism over. Alright, do maybe one more. Let's see if we
That was
can do
too
it.
painful.
See if we can do it in less than an hour. I have an idea of how I would do this, but
You could make a conveyor belt.
yeah, that's what I was
That'd be
thinking.
funny.
Yeah.
What's this level called?
4 balls. If you're a real manly man.
4 balls? It's like JoJo. There's a chance that it could catch, though. Duck. Let's just try it. We'll try it.
Yeah, they would have to be just far enough away from each other. That seems to work fine. Oh, unless you get a situation like that.
I don't want a situation.
You could.
Doesn't work.
Um,
These don't intersect, do they?
Wait, yeah, that might work.
Huh?
If you put one wooden beam in between each of them, then it'd be like a conveyor belt.
It was so sad.
I went to Israel, and they had the worst contraption maybe I'd ever seen.
Need to give them more money. Oh,
Some of them are going to do that, yeah, when they don't bump into each other.
damn it.
He got me.
Let me build. Dang it. There goes all my plan. I just did that.
No, you have to put it on the conveyor belt. Connect it to the conveyor belt.
Gonna-
Yeah.
Will that work?
Yeah. Might bump the very last one.
Oh, that's surprising.
Oh, wait, hold on. It needs some friction. No. That'll, wait. Oh my gosh, I'll be freaking shocked if that actually works. Yeah, I was like, that'll take a miracle. It would have been really cool, though. If you just added, like, oh yeah, maybe. Just to mix it up a little bit. Oh yeah, but if it doesn't, it just needs some friction. It might work eventually. It might take a while though.
If you just...
That was what I was going to suggest. I didn't want to take away your thunder though.
Flippers.
It just needs something.
We called it flippers.
And they were the best.
Like cilia in your lungs. Except it's not working. Make him strong. Like that.
I have a
baby.
feeling some of these are going to accidentally connect to parts you don't want them connected to.
That's okay. Not what I wanted.
There you go. You could only use one arm and not have it connected on. Just connect on one side. Although it'll be kind of hard to.
It likes to flip upside down impotently. So impotent. It's so sad.
That'd be interesting.
Did you bring it to the house again? Wait, what's going on? Oh, it can probably only pass through things it's on. I think it can pass through a wheel that it's connected to. You remember the old Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
And there's like a black lady. She was like, Thomas, did you get that mouse yet?
Yeah.
You think that was racist?
Was Tom and Jerry part of Looney Tunes?
wasn't it?
And it's probably made. I think they were both made by Warner Bros. Probably had a lot of the same stuff. Was that racist? The black caricature? You know, I think people just like are extra sensitive about blacks in particular. Is like nobody is mad about like the French guy from Little Mermaid or whatever.
French guy.
Yeah, remember the French chef? It's like the most stereotypical French character possible. That's interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, if you just did a few of those, I bet we finally figured it out.
called the Comer.
Yeah, the French chef, and he's like trying to eat the crab character, and he keeps running away from him. And he's like the most offensive French stereotype possible. But they don't really care about that because French are white, or they used to be anyway. So who cares?
They used to be white. You know, at work, my old work, they do call cheap electrical tape Jap tape,
Okay.
just because it was like poorly made. I don't know, it's just an old term.
Okay.
Really?
Wait.
Mother.
Hold on. Wait. It might work. Okay.
That's what
So,
I call
gotta
pod
give it-
racing.
Gotta give it one more arm.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No, you're supposed to go the other way.
Hold on. That might actually work. No, never mind. It's just stopping it. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Maybe.
Oh fuck.
No, never mind. That's not gonna work.
This is worse than the last one. We're supposed to be not retarded here.
Well, this is the Shortbus. This is how Shortbus members solve problems. Remember, kids, a good engineering practice is to become super attached to your project and keep banging away at it until it works. To your initial design of the solution. Yeah, well, that actually may work. Eventually, the front will the front will just catch the ground. This is our horse inseminating machine. Might eventually get it. It looks so gay. It's kind of disturbing, actually. Something's bumping up and down in the background. Is that a cloud? Oh, yeah, it's a cloud.
Cloud. It was the best cloud. There's like a loose thing here.
Make it a triangle like the other one. Oh, yeah.
This is what Mr. Hands would have wanted. If he were alive today,
Oh.
he'd want this machine shoved up his ass.
Yeah, lose your stream. Oh, no, there it is.
Now it's even more likely to jam. got it. There we go.
Oh, I wasn't watching. I'll have to look back at it afterward. I have an idea
That's
of
what I
how.
like.
Yeah, I guess the Mr. Hands thing eventually managed to give him a good.
That's what got him. A good thrust.
Give him a good thrust and got him in.
That will solve most of your problems in life, is a good thrust. It
Yeah.
gyrates quite a bit.
Okay, well, that's about an hour and a half. It didn't take you as long as the first one.
No.
You only did the harder levels, though. I did some of the easier ones.
I thought, I don't know, I feel like, well, obviously I'm not expecting like a world-class physics engine on this, but
No,
I don't know, things
yeah,
weren't expecting quite the way I expected them to.
it's hard to make these physics games accurate as well, I think. Anyway, I feel like I have to change the title of the video now.
Mr.
Wait.
Hands rides the shortbus.
Making a Mr.
should talk
Hands
about
worthy short bus.
I liked our icon. It was the cat bus. Reminds
That's
me
right,
of
from Totoro.
things that aren't real life.
Yeah, that's what I like to think about. I like to think about anything other than reality.
Because in reality, there's the United States president talking about civil war.
Yeah.
And Paul will have an orgasm once it happens. Oh, yeah, civil war.
Ha! I told you so.
And he'll
Yeah.
have his brief moment of glory before somebody hands him an AR and tells him to go to the front lines.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, that was fun anyway, though.
We had a great
We-
time.
We talked about art, and then we made lots of failed attempts at science. But you know,
Science.
failing at science is how you succeed at science.
This is true.
Maybe failing at art is how you succeed at art as well. Except it doesn't look like it's worked for Eleni Molnar or Assigned Mail. Okay, we'll call it good with that. We'll see
Had
you
a
guys
nice
later.
big art section.